Hello children, welcome back to chapter 4 Quadratic Equations of Standard 10. We have already started with factorization method. We have solved a little bit of examples where we have used factorization method of solving quadratic equations. Now we are going to use the quadratic equation method that we have already studied in our real life situations. Here, the very first question, that is the third question of the exercise. It is find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. So you have been told that there are certain two numbers whose sum is 27. So we have written it here on your screen. It is being flashed. X is the first number that we have taken. Then we'll find out our second number also, which now initially we don't know. Their sum is equal to 27. So x will be taken on the other side and our new number, the second number, will be 27 minus x. So let's begin. The solution is, let one of the number be x. The sum of the two numbers is 27. Hence, the other number will be 27 minus x. Now children, we have two numbers x and 27 minus x, but the product is 182. So we can write it in this way. X multiplied by 27 minus x equal to 182. Open the bracket, write in the standard form. This is how you get the proper quadratic equation in its general form or standard form. That is x square minus 27x plus 182 equal to 0. When you solve it, you will get x equal to 13 or x equal to 14. Now children, these two are your numbers. You were told that there are two numbers whose sum is 27. When you add these two, you will get 27. And when you find out the product of these two numbers, you will find that it is 182. Let's proceed to the next question. Question number 4. Find two consecutive positive integers, sum of whose squares is 365. Okay, now you have been told that there are two positive consecutive numbers. We always represent the consecutive numbers as x, x plus 1. So let's begin. Solution. Let the two consecutive positive integers be x, x plus 1. The sum of the squares is 365. Sum of the squares. So two numbers were x. So we have taken x square and the other was x plus 1. So we have taken its square. Sum of the squares. So we have written it as x square plus x plus 1 whole square equal to 365. Now the left hand side is to be solved. X square remains as it is. Then you have a bracket a plus b whole square. So you have to rather use the identity. So this is how the expansion is. Then you can add x square and x square. Further it gets simplified to 2x square plus 2x minus 364. Now this entire equation can be further simplified because all the three terms are even numbers having multiples of 2. So divide the entire equation by 2 and get the simplified form. The simplified form is x square plus x minus 182. And when you solve it, you get these two solutions. Now children, the question was, it was having a condition that is two consecutive positive integers. So here that minus 14 we are ignoring because the condition itself told you that the number has to be positive. So we are considering x to be only equal to 13. Then we will find its consecutive number, that is 14. So our answer is, thus the positive integers are 13 and 14. Question number 5. The altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. So the relation between the length of the base and altitude is given. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, the entire length itself of hypotenuse is given. Find the other two sides. So the solution, you have a right triangle, base is x, altitude will be 7 centimeter less, that is x minus 7, and the hypotenuse is 13. It's written here, let the base be x, altitude will be x minus 7, hypotenuse is 13. Now, when we are talking about the length of the three sides of a right triangle, we can identify that we are able to use Pythagoras theorem here. Let's use the Pythagoras property. It is a square plus b square equal to c square. A, B are the perpendicular sides, C is the hypotenuse. So, our new equation, it will be x square plus x minus 7 whole square equal to c square, that is 13 square. So, this is how it is written. Proceed further. Use the expansion a minus b whole square. Solve it. Again you will see that all the three terms are divisible by 2. So do it. This is how you get a reduced equation. It becomes easier for you to solve further. Now find out the factor of minus 60 because you are going to use factorization method only. Proceed. Now you have two values, x equal to minus 5, x equal to 12. Children, it's a triangle, you just cannot have a negative value for x. So ignore it. Our length has to be 12. So the base here is 12 and the altitude is 7 less than it, that is 5. Let's begin with the next question. That is 6th question. A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article in rupees was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. So, two things are being considered: number of articles produced in a day and the cost of production of each article. So, we are talking about these two things. If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, find the number of articles produced and the cost of each article. Now, let's begin with our work. We are going to consider the number of articles produced in a day to be x because the cost is more than that. So, solution, let the number of articles produced in a day be x. Hence, the cost of each article will be 2x plus 3. It is 3 more than twice. So, 2x plus 3. Here, the total cost is given to be 90. How will you get the total cost? It will be the multiplication of or the product of number of articles produced in a day and cost of each article. So, it will be x, that is multiplied by 2x plus 3, and the total will be 90. So, this is what will be the next step. That means the practical situation, real life situation is now converted into a mathematical equation. Solve it further, write in standard form. Now you will see that you cannot divide this entire sentence, uh, I mean mathematical statement, by any of the numbers. So you proceed with this. Use the factorization method. You get the two brackets as x minus 6, 2x plus 15. Solve it further and you have x equal to 6 and x equal to minus 15 by 2. Obviously, we are talking about number of articles and cost. It cannot be negative. So, we are going to consider x to be equal to 6 only, and our x was number of articles. So, the number of articles produced in a day, it was 6 and its cost, it was 2x plus 3. So, when you solve it, you get the cost of each article to be 15. That's all for now. Thank you. We'll continue with the chapter in the next video.